Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I trust everyone watching this is well. Today we'll be having a decent amount of videos uploaded. Inshallah, I think it's about 4 that I'm going to be posting. It's just basically because of the topic itself, okay? So today we will be discussing the 4 schools of law in Islam. And the Holy Quran, traditions, as well as the ijtihad are the 3 main sources of Islamic law which govern as well as regulate all aspects of a Muslim's both public and private lifestyle, okay? And these laws relate to religious worship, prohibitions, and all contracts and obligations that arises in social life, such as, you can take inheritance, marriage, divorces, punishments, conduct of war, or even the administration of the state itself, okay? So the science of these religious laws is called fiqh, and the expert in this field, such as a jurist, is called a faqih, or plural, fuqaha. There we go. So we read that ijtihad, or what it means to exercise of judgment, is a valid source of Islamic law in areas where the Holy Quran and tradition itself are not explicit on a subject matter, okay? But the experts of this independent judgment can only be left in the hands of proper scholars of the Holy Quran and tradition itself. So if there's a ruling that needs to be done on a specific thing, but we don't have enough detail in the Quran, as well as there's just no traditions on it, there's no, hadith or sunnah on it as well, then that's where the ijtihad would have to come in. Someone is going to have to make a judgment, and then everyone's just going to be like, okay, that makes sense, let's go with it. But like they mentioned, not anyone can just make that judgment, because if that's the case, what would be in chaos? So we need people that are learned, respected and appointed people, such as scholars and people of that nature, okay? So the vast majority of Muslims give this right of independent reasoning to only 4 ancient Muslim theologians and jurists who lived in the first 3 centuries of the religion of Islam, okay? So these 4 fuqaha, fuqaha, are known as Imam Abu Hanifa of Kufa, Imam Malik bin Anas of Medina, Imam Muhammad al-Shafi of Medina, as well as Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal of Baghdad. Okay, so although a number of other jurists also became popular during these times, only the 4 that I just mentioned are basically recognized by the vast majority of Sunni Muslims specifically, okay? So these 4 great jurists and theologians try to systemize the Islamic law into a comprehensive, into a comprehensive rational system which covers all possible legal situations, okay? So the 4 prominent schools of Islamic law are named after their founders and are called the Hanafiya, the Malikiya, the Shafiya, as well as the Hanbaliya, okay? I might be messing that up, but that's how it's typed as well as pronounced in my notes. The wild thing is I've heard of Shafi, but Shafiya, that's just how it was typed in my notes. So if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, I do apologize, okay? So let me actually load up my notes over here. Yeah, so most Muslims regard these 4 schools as equally valid interpretations of the religious laws of Islam. And these schools are in good agreement on all essential aspects of the religion of Islam itself. They all acknowledge the authority of the Holy Quran and traditions as the ultimate source of their Islamic law. Only in areas and situations where there's 2 sources that are silent do the 4 schools use their independent reasoning, in which they may differ with each other slightly. But yeah, so that's basically to just break down the entire concept of why there are 4 schools of law in Islam, as well as who are the founders and where they're from, where they originate from, and the reason behind why it was constructed in the first place. So inshallah, in the next few videos, I'll just be breaking down the 4 schools of law in Islam a bit more in depth, like each school of law will get their own specific video, if that makes sense. But yeah, guys, alhamdulillah for the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.